lovely client for a Verruca treatment previously the last couple of sessions. So we're quite excited to see how they're doing today. They're not on this foot, they're actually on the other foot, but you will see that later on in the video. But what we're going to do today is we're going to be focusing on the hard skin, which starts off here at the top and it does work all the way down to the heels. But we're going to do the same thing on the other side as well as a Verruca treatment if that's needed after we clear away whatever remnants is left, just to make sure that she's good. So if you're okay with that, we're going to start with the antibacterial first. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Amazing. Slightly cold. Probably feels quite nice, huh?
It does.
So, this lovely client has been on a fantastic holiday. So how was it for you?
Oh, it was lovely. A nice long rest. Been working so much, so yeah, it was nice. We wanted to go to Greece, but because of the pandemic and I know a lot of people are actually going to Greece, a lot, especially
right?
from the UK. In fact, the whole of the UK. But we just didn't want to risk it, so yeah. So we just went to Buckinghamshire. It's lovely.
Buckinghamshire is a really nice countryside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just trees and fresh air. Literally, as soon as we came off the A40? I can't remember.
I think it might be.
Literally, the window was open in the car and you just smell the air changing from London air to... Yeah, it was nice. Very, very nice.
I think that's the one good thing that's come away from COVID is the fact that everyone's just appreciating nature so much more.
Yeah.
You know, we have time to appreciate things like the quality of oxygen, how green the trees are.
Yeah, it's so true.
Like, can you remember the last time you went to the countryside beforehand?
Good question. What's the last time I've gone to like for an actual holiday, not for like work, right?
Yeah.
I actually do not remember.
See? Neither can I.
In fact, I don't even think I had. It was probably like family holidays when I was like really young. Yeah. But I guess when you go on holiday, you want to go abroad, don't you? You don't really think of going to places in the UK.
Well, you don't really think of a British coastal resort as an option, do you?
Yeah.
You're thinking, oh, it's not hot enough.
Although Cornwall, haven't been in my adult years, and it is actually beautiful, isn't it? That is a good...
Do you know, I've never been. That's been on my bucket list for as long as I can remember. And every year I'm like, I want to go to Cornwall, I'm going to go to Cornwall, and then I just never get around to it.
Yeah.
So maybe this is going to be, I missed the summer now, haven't I?
I know, they have
year?
because that was one of the places we were looking actually, and they have really nice kind of like beachside hotels and rooms. Yeah.
So I've heard that their scones are supposed to be out of this world.
Yeah, scones and Cornish pastries.
Right? So you've tried them all?
Do you know what? I haven't.
What?
But a lot of the people I work with, they tend to be from like these ends of the earth. So Cornwall.
Ends of the earth.
They talk about. In fact, a lot of them went back to Cornwall during this time. Actually, they've got that's where their family lives.
Oh,
They're always talking about the Cornish pastries.
What a great place to be when we've had such incredible weather.
I know. Some friends are getting married in Devon this weekend.
Oh wow!
Which I'm sure that's like where her family are originally from.
How's that going to it?
Wedding.
Don't they have like the same restrictions of like 30 people?
Yeah, I think they're just going to have a really small wedding.
See, that is the smarter thing to do.
Yeah.
It's just that my head can't comprehend that coming from an Indian background. 30 doesn't even cover my first family. So you know what it's like if I don't invite them. Big uproars.
Honestly, don't get started on the Nigerian wedding. I didn't even know half the people at my wedding.
Right? You just smile like, thank you for coming, who's this?
They give you an envelope with money, you're like, oh, thank you so much.
You're like, that's great, we really needed the help of the wedding, thank you. And then you're like, oh, that uncle gave you that thing. I'm like, which one was that?
Who was that?
Sorry, future uncles, if you're listening and watching this. Because you just don't know. It's like everything your parents know, right?
Yeah. It's actually been a nightmare for, I think, Asian and African families this lockdown because they it's not even us, it's the parents. They've wanted to have these dreams of these massive weddings, and it's just all been crushed.
I know, I've had friends who've had to cancel their weddings, and they've postponed it to February next year because like it's just so difficult.
Yeah.
With the do you guys have like the reception party and stuff like
Yeah.
afterwards? Yeah. So usually the reception parties, like whoever wasn't invited for the wedding
Can come to the
and then you think to yourself, okay, how does this work? How do I fit in?
Yeah.
And like when people say, oh, like we're having a small wedding and you're like, okay. And then when people go, oh, I'm having a big wedding, it's like 100 or 200 people. We're like, that's small.
But they save so much money as well, though. So much money. Because some of them have just still got married, haven't they? But just done a smaller wedding or registry.
How big was yours?
How big? So, I actually got married in Nigeria.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I had to fulfill my dad's long life dream of me getting married in his compound in his village. Actually, I always wanted to be honest. The rest of my siblings, they're like the rebels, they don't want to, but I always wanted to. So the traditional wedding, that just was like open to the whole world, and there's probably, you know what, actually, I always say this, but it wasn't as big as it probably could have been. I would say there was about 500.
Wow. Okay.
And then traditional, and then the white wedding the next day, I guess it was more like 400, just over 400.
You're like, that's an improvement.
Oh yeah, my friend had her wedding here, and she had 1,000 people at her wedding. Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah, that's normal size.
How do you, I've always questioned this, right? So, one of my cousins, she had a wedding in India, and it was huge. I think she had 1,200 guests or something like that. I could be misquoting.
Wow.
But there was a lot of people, and she was just up there on the podium smiling.
Yeah.
For hours.
Like a performance.
How do you smile for that long?
Oh no, you don't. I think I was actually not smiling for most of it. To be honest, I was just sitting up there, my husband like, oh.
You're like, I think I'm smiling, but I can't feel my cheeks.
Yeah. But it does go so fast though as well, to be honest. The day really goes fast. It's crazy. Like, you don't realise how many hours pass, and yeah.
Seriously?
And because people are constantly coming up to you as well when you do, because we did sit at the front, and then people are constantly coming up to us like saying congratulations, and it just goes really fast. And I think I ate the whole day actually.
You didn't eat?
No, I ate a boiled egg for breakfast.
What?
And then...
I'm just going to turn this up that way.
Yeah,
Is that okay for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just wasn't, I just didn't have an appetite until after. Because when we got, we stayed in the hotel that we used as a reception for our wedding. And I ordered burger and fries that night. That was great.
You're like, for all the times I've spent trying not to eat and working out, and you're like, give me those fries, give me that burger.
The best moment was when I zipped off my wedding dress. I was like, I was free.
You're like, I made it.
Yeah, it's literally that feeling.
To be honest, that's probably going to be me. I'm not going to lie to you, I probably would just sit there and be like, okay, give me the greasiest, dirtiest, sweetest thing you can find, because I've been so good for these months ahead. I don't know how many people watching this can relate.
Honestly, it was so good. It was actually a really, really good burger.
And have you ever, seen your dress since? It's my biggest question to brides. Oh, there's a good story coming.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. I can't remember if I left it in Nigeria. Wait, hold on. Did I bring it back? No, it's definitely back. Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I have, because I sort out my wardrobe every now and again, and it's definitely in my house somewhere. But it's just, you're just never going to wear it again.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, what do you do with it afterwards?
Yeah.
Do you keep it? Do you not? So my sister jokes with me because she goes to me, I can imagine you being one of those people that one day you just put it on just for the sake of it and walk around the house and just yeah. And I was like, yeah, I probably would.
They are really, really beautiful dresses, but it's just, I just don't think it's worth the money that people spend just for one day.
Oh, I can totally relate to that.
Honestly, engagement rings I can kind of get, or wedding rings, because you're going to wear that for life, but
yeah.
Dresses.
They're not cheap, huh? They're really not cheap.
No.
And do you watch like Say Yes to the Dress? I mean,
yes.
I know I do, and I'm like, some people go in and they're like, their budgets are like crazy.
No.
I'm like, yeah, I'll probably be guilty of the same thing when it comes to it.
Oh no. No, actually, I know a couple
Maybe
of people
turn
that work on
slightly
that.
that way, is that okay? How's your foot feeling, my love? Are you okay? Is that comfortable?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is the cause for me having such hard, like a lot of hard skin on my feet? Is that because I wear socks too much or I don't wear socks?
So it can be a combination of the two, really. So let's go back to like the basics. The basics being like, okay, you wake up in the morning, you go have a shower. You might not even dry your feet properly after a shower. That will remove some of the lipid layers, the oil layers.
Okay.
That dries your feet out. Okay. Then obviously we've had this beautiful warm weather, but that also dries your skin out.
Yeah.
Then if you don't moisturize, you're not drinking enough water. If you're a coffee tea drinker, genetics also plays a part in it. So if your family members have dry skin, then you have dry skin.
Mum and dad.
Right. And then pressure as well. So depending on what footwear you wear, are you wearing the right things?
Yeah.
And so there's so many different aspects. It's not as simple as just the one. Here you go.
Yeah. Sure.
And you know, this is one of those things that we're actually working on a video which you guys will see soon. So I'm not going to say too much, but we do have an educational video coming up about it, and you'll be able to.
Oh, nice.
So keep your eyes out peeled for that one. But you're not the only one to be like, why am I getting dry skin?
Yeah.
And you know, you look at someone else's feet and you're like, they don't have it. Why do I have it?
Yeah. My husband has the skin like a baby, a newborn baby on his feet. So soft.
Yeah, the amount of couples I hear when one person's got like something with their feet, and I was like, but my partner's feet's amazing.
Yeah, but he walks around in slippers all day. Doesn't even wear socks.
So, I can't believe I'm about to say this, and he's going to have such a big head after me saying this, but my partner is the same. If you're watching this in the future, it's not me saying you have better feet. But honestly, literally, there's nothing on them. Nothing. And he does this thing where he can do a thumbs up with his big toe. He's going to kill me for saying this. But
does he look after his feet then?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mine doesn't either. It's not like I go for pedicures. He doesn't.
So he loves watching these videos, and he's always like, wow, this is what happens with people's feet? He's like, mine doesn't do that. And I'm like, okay, no, you should rub it into people.
Crazy.
He's going to totally kill me for this video.
Sorry.
I love you, really.
Yeah, it's a mystery. But yeah, my mum and dad do have quite.
They have it?
Yeah.
You have any siblings?
Yes.
Do they have dry skin too?
I mean, my sister takes care of herself quite well. So
Okay.
she probably would, but she just doesn't. And then my brothers, again, they're not as bad as me. I think I'm the worst, to be honest.
Okay. Well, now after this, you can tell them, be like, my feet are the best.
Yeah, exactly. And take pictures and send it to our WhatsApp group.
Absolutely. But make sure you moisturize afterwards, okay?
Yeah.
You've got to maintain this. It's all about maintenance.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as, okay, let's have one treatment. I've had it removed, great.
And could I, like, I know you've got the CS cream, but could I also just moisturise with regular moisturiser?
So, no, because
Okay.
regular moisturizer won't actually penetrate into what we call the plantar skin.
Okay.
So this is what we classify as plantar skin.
Yeah.
The upper part of your foot is dorsal skin.
Yeah.
Okay, so the epidermis layer is slightly thicker.
Okay.
Right? So you need a cream that really penetrates in that. So that's why you might have heard of certain people saying, like, make sure you use foot cream that has a urea content in it.
Yeah.
So the urea content actually goes into that layer of epidermis and really softens it up.
Okay.
So regular moisturizer for your body is just going to sit on the top of the skin, feel good for like 5 seconds, and you'll be like, oh, they're so dry. Whereas the CCS or any other cream that has, you know, urea in it, it's going to start penetrating and softening those layers. So even when they build up, it's not going to be as tough.
Yeah.
Is it good I just move this?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Thank you, my love. I'm just going to turn the foot slightly that way. Is that okay? You're having foot aerobics today. One side to another. Are you using the CCS at home then?
Oh, well, I have done like sort of course not since we've had any treatment since I've come in, but yeah, that used to be the cream I used to use like, well not used to use, I've been using for years. Because, what would I have started with? I guess it would have been the hard skin. And then I just found, I can't even remember if someone recommended it or I found it online or GP, I can't remember. But it was, yeah, miracle cream. I literally put it on after shower or before I went to bed, and it's like it just heals your skin. Completely. It's really, really good. But then again, it was that thing of I didn't know if I should use it every day for like the rest of my life. But then I realised that after some time, I didn't need to use it every day because it softened the skin.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Really good cream actually.
And I love that you're saying it with like your honest heart, because sometimes I feel like when I say that, people are not going to believe me, but when it's coming from somebody else that's used it.
No, it's literally a miracle cream. Like it is a miracle cream.
So I honestly feel like when I put it on and use it at night myself, that it feels velvety.
Yeah.
When you wake up, like your feet just feel like really soft. And it's so nice.
It's like you said, like it makes sense about the penetration thing because.
Perfect. So I'm going to do that one there. So you can actually see just how much was removed on the feet. So you can see what I call homemade parmesan. Italian tonight, anyone?
Gotta pack some up.
So now I'm going to use the machine across here.
Okay.
It tickles a little bit.
Okay.
If it's uncomfortable at any point, just tell me because I can change it up. And what this is doing is it's removing any superficial layers of dry skin that's too thin for the scalpel to remove. Okay?
Yeah.
And like I said, it will just tickle, but let me know how you get on. Some people love it, some people hate it. Right. And my only request is you don't touch your feet yet. But after I put the cream in, then I'm going to get you to touch it. Is that fair?
To touch my feet?
Yeah, after it's all done, so you can see the difference of how it feels.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off at the top here, and then I'm going to work my way down.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, just tickles.
It tickles, right? I'll make you laugh. In my much younger days, I had professional tickler on my CV.
Honestly, the first time I had a pedicure, it was terrible for them. I just could not stop laughing. I was like, no one ever touched my feet.
Right? And then when they do, you're like, what the is going on?
Yeah.
But that's not too bad, right?
No, it's okay. I'm getting used to it now.
And you didn't find any of the removing of the process tickly, did you?
No, that was fine. Yeah.
Because everyone always thinks that's going to be ticklish, and it's like, it's not.
No, it wasn't at all.
Okay. Still comfy? And you kind of put slightly that way, is that okay?
Yeah.
And slightly upwards, there we go. Thank you. No need to gym today. I've got you working out well.
Should I get? Oh, no need for this.
No need for gym today.
We tell that to my husband. We would have gone at this time, and so we left the same time, and he went off to the gym, and I came here.
Oh, bless.
So I don't think he'll qualify this as gym, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm giving you my medical certificate of she's worked out. You should see the heavy duty work she has to do with her ankle right now.
He's like, if you haven't pumped any iron, you've got them to the gym. He's so hard hardcore.
He has been watching too much Arnold Schwarzenegger, my friend. Too much. Great documentary, though. Great documentary. I was a big fan. Perfect. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm not going to put the cream on yet because I'm going to work onto the other foot and then we'll go into that. Is that okay?
Sure.
So now we're onto the left foot. So we're going to start off with the hard skin here. If you go down the foot, you see the hard skin going down. You see where we were treating the verruca site, which is here. So in case you're wondering if I'm doing the callus removal, is it okay to do the verruca? Yes, because we're not doing the verruca first. We're working around the area and then we're going to come to the verruca to see what's going on and if we need to repeat the treatment on that side. So let's focus back at the top over here. So we're going to go back to the callus. Same principle, antibacterial first, not anesthetic and slightly cold. Okay. So tell me more about your regular routine of what you do to look after them.
Look after my feet?
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Because then I can predict how long your hard skin will be at bay for and what's kind of going on. And be honest.
Yes. So I would most likely every single day of my life have my shower in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
I'd only shower again at night if it's necessary or, you know, whatever it is. So I wouldn't shower twice a day. It would only be in the morning. And then, so I dry my feet when I come out, although from what you mentioned earlier, I'm questioning whether I ever dry my feet properly. But I would naturally say moisturize my whole body. The back of the bottom of my foot, I don't think sometimes I would use this is my regular routine.
Okay.
So sometimes I would use the CCS cream if I think that the hard skin's really bad.
Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of the time in the last year,
right,
I haven't been using it regularly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And then I'm always wearing socks. I hardly be barefoot, to be honest.
Right.
At the moment, when I was younger, I was barefoot all the time. But yeah, I'd hardly ever be barefoot unless it's really hot and I'm wearing slippers. What else do I do with my feet? Go for a pedicure now and again. I say now and again, every few months.
Right.
So hardly ever. But when I go for a pedicure, they would take away some of the hard skin as well with whatever they use.
Right. So this is more like a medical pedicure for you.
Yes.
So how is this comparing to the salon one for you? I guess you haven't felt your feet yet.
Good question. Well, so far, I guess it's better in the sense that I know in terms of hygiene.
Yep.
Because...
I won't be offended. Say whatever you need to say.
Oh no, I mean at my local nail shop, they're great, bless them, but you don't know what they're if they're using the same.
Oh god, that's scary, isn't it?
Utensils and stuff on and what the cleaning process is.
Yeah.
Whereas when you come to a medical practice or doctor, you know that actually everything hygiene wise, you have to be extra careful and extra precautions and protocols are in place.
Of course.
It's actually in a nail shop. They should go by that, but really and truly, do they?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
So
I'd like to think they do. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's true. I just think it's a bit more reassuring for me coming to a medical professional. Especially, of course, when I got my verruca, it's like, well, this is not something that someone in a nail shop can,
I understand that.
Advise you on.
So this is coming away like a dream, my dear.
That's really good.
It is, honestly, it's coming off so nicely. I'm really looking forward to you actually touching your own feet. I know that sounds weird.
What will it feel like?
I'm not going to put any words into your head. So, can I get you to touch it yourself, and then you can give me the feedback? Which is fair, right? Because otherwise, if you put stuff into people's head, they're going to be like, oh yeah, it's like this. I'm like, no.
Yeah. And then I'm just trying to think what else I've done with my feet. I don't think they get enough self-care, to be honest.
Okay, so let me give you a few tips then, right? So definitely dry them after you come out of the shower first. Very, very important.
Yeah.
And then after that, give it a few minutes to dry before you go applying anything to it. Then you can apply a good foot cream, right? Again, give it a few minutes to actually absorb in before you go putting any socks in.
Yeah.
Socks in? Sorry, socks on. And then, there we go, just 1 second, is that okay? There we go. Thereafter that, you can make sure that your socks are right for the climate and the day ahead. So people think, oh, socks are just socks, but they're not. So, different blends, different thicknesses will accommodate for different shoes and different activities. And then when you come home, if you have extremely dry skin, I would definitely say moisturize again. Okay. You don't need a lot, right? A little bit goes a really long way, and I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. But when you're using good foot cream, honestly, even if you use it twice a day, if you're worried about finishing the product too quickly, you still won't.
Yeah.
And it's just, your feet will be so much more happier. And drink lots of water during the day. Drink lots of water.
So what does water do? Just stop prevent the dry skin a bit as well?
It helps the whole body. So water is honestly the earth's best drink. And I personally just drink water, to be honest. It helps your joints, it helps your muscles, it helps your skin, it helps every part of your body. That we're always taught water is important, but we're never told just how important. It helps regulate so many things. I mean, I can write a book on how many things it regulates, but it does help down here or not, believe it or not. Okay. That is beautifully smooth. Right, so now we're approaching this sort of area. I'm not going on to your verruca site. I'm just going around it first, and then I will get to that section shortly. Is that okay, my lovely? And how's your day looking after this?
Oh, I've got some bit of work to do. What's today? Tuesday. What's about to do? It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, so I was actually considering, because I think I told you last time I hardly come up here anymore, but now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, do I go and get her something nice from Selfridges?
Oh, yes, you should. Know.
But then I'd have to walk all the way back that way, and I'm...
Selfridges are just behind me.
I know.
So you could just squeeze in that way.
It's not really behind, it's the opposite way to the way I'm going to go home. Otherwise I'll just head back towards Bryn Cross and get her something from there. So need to...
I'm just going to save you a little bit and say, dear mommy, if you go to watch this, she loves you and she's not questioning time. She just wants to get the best thing for you that might actually exist in Bryn Cross too.
Not because it's easier for me to get to. Yes, I've got to figure out something to get her actually.
What does she like?
Money.
I mean, that's easy. You can get a nice envelope.
She really loves M&S. So I was considering a voucher, but then again, I just think it's easier to just give her money so she could just go wherever. But she likes a lot of things. I mean, she's baking her own cake.
Oh.
She baked it yesterday, she's decorating it today. And then...
That's awesome.
Tomorrow, I know. Just thinking she'll appreciate anything actually, to be honest.
So if it helps you, there is also an M&S just behind me.
Oh yeah,
just on that corner.
The massive one.
The massive one. So we've got that and Selfridges next to each other.
So true.
So if you need it, this is the perfect time.
Good point, actually.
Is it a special birthday for her?
Yeah, I guess every birthday is special for her.
Aww.
Sure. Gosh, how old is she going to be? Oh, it's really bad. I don't know. I know she's over 60.
Well, happy birthday to Mummy.
Yes, happy birthday, Mum. That's true, actually. Selfridges food hall. She used to I love going there. I should actually pick something up from there for her.
They have some incredible things in there.
Yeah.
Honestly, incredible things. I sometimes go and I have to like stop myself from buying stuff.
No. Do you know what she used to go and buy there all the time?
What was it?
Have a guess.
Chocolate. Am I right?
I'm laughing because it's the complete opposite.
Oh, really? Okay, fruit and veg?
No.
No, meat?
What kind of meat?
Beef? I'm assuming. Everyone goes for beef. I don't eat it because we can't, but like...
No.
No?
Chicken heart.
What? Did you just say chicken heart? As in like the actual pumping heart? That we're talking about the same thing. Okay.
They're tiny. They're like tiny balls.
I didn't even know you can buy chicken heart separately.
And you know what? I'm afraid to say and I'm sorry if I offend anyone, it's probably one of the tastiest things I've ever had in my life.
Oh my god. Do you know what? Okay, I'm going to be really honest. I am a carnivore. So, I'm not going to pretend you guys I haven't eaten anything. I don't eat beef because, according to my religion, but apart from that, I eat everything else under the sun and I will find loopholes. So, I'm all up for trying it once.
I was in awe of it when she used to get it a lot when we were younger because her and my dad, like back in the 80s, used to live down the road in Baker Street. So she used to come down here all the time.
Yeah.
She used to get it and was used to like getting it and then, yeah. But you know what? That's such a good idea for a
Oh my god, that would be incredible. And we promise not to release this video until after the birthday, so she won't know.
It's so crazy though, because you think chicken heart, ew, but actually, yeah, it's really tasty.
But like, what do you season it with?
Good question. So my mum is a chef, so she can make anything taste good. So what does she season it with? I think that she basically seasons it a similar way to she'd season chicken.
Yeah.
So she ends up, does she oven it or grill it? I can't remember.
I'm so intrigued right now.
It's really tasty. It's quite like, what was that, her seasoning? I'm thinking not salty, but it's very seasoned, and I just wonder if that's its natural.
Maybe. I mean, I've had chicken liver, but not hot. I'm going to start with the machine again up here. Yeah, chicken liver is quite, like, it's got a very distinct taste. But hot.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've had?
Tasted, being eaten.
Yeah.
Oh god, I really don't like this. My mum tricked me. They know they're from Nigeria originally, so
yeah.
Of course a certain delicacy.
Okay.
And one of the big delicacy meats in Nigeria are snails. Oh my god. I'm not talking about tiny snails. No? I'm talking about big snails. So down by the sea, they literally have snails that are like, I'm not even joking, this size. Okay, you guys can't see, but that's roughly like a foot in size by what she's showing me. So I'm like, those are some scary looking snails. And the thing is, I grew up seeing snails like tidbits of nature, and so I've always been, and I will forever be just disgusted by eating them because they're so slimy and nasty. But yeah, a lot of people I know love them and say it's one of the tastiest meats they've ever had. Oh, makes me sick just thinking about it. No. So like, you know, you go to like a French restaurant and then they're having like escargot and you have it on with butter and garlic, sort of herby sort of thing, and it's like really nice. But they're so small you can just like chew and swallow. So I can't imagine chewing on a foot-long snail. The small periwinkle ones? Yeah. Oh. They're massive. So if it makes you feel any better, I will confess to the weirdest thing I've eaten, which I think is unfair. But before I do, I'm just going to say that we've cleared the hard skin around, so you can see we haven't actually touched the verruca site. And if you see the hard skin, which is the homemade parmesan, fresh.
And now we're going to come up to here. Now, I'm not going to put the cream on this region because otherwise the dressings won't stick in that region. So I will put the cream upwards, but that will be towards the end. So now we're going to take away some of the tissue here and just see what's going on. So, back to the weirdest thing I've had. Are you ready for this? I think you're either going to be looking at me in disgust or you're going to be like, oh, that's so cool. There's two.
I'm scared.
Oh, can't believe I'm going to confess this. So, number one is a duck tongue.
Duck tongue?
Yeah. So, we were in Chinatown and I had a duck tongue. Turns out, duck tongue actually has a bone in it. Who knew? So, I picked it up and went, hump. And I went, wait, there's something in here. And then I pulled out what looked like a piece of like cartilage almost.
Oh, wow. Was it tasty?
Yeah, it was not bad. The seasoned really good. But the second one that's really weird that I actually really enjoyed was, again, this is going to sound strange, and I don't have a fascination with tongues, I swear, was a lamb's tongue.
Oh, dear.
It's all coming out today, isn't it?
Who knew tongues were...
We had it in a restaurant in London, and it was
tasty.
So good. Like, I actually asked the person I was with, do you mind if I have the last bit? And they was like, no, go for it.
Interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, I've had ostrich cheeks.
Ostrich cheeks?
Yeah, in duck and waffle.
Do they even have cheeks? Like, they're really skinny creatures.
I know, but it's so weird because they put it in a round big ball, like a massive round, it looks like a donut really,
right?
But then I guess they covered it in like they breaded it, but then the inside is all quite like shredded and strawy. Right, that's the ostrich cheek.
Oh, you got me thinking, but
it was a bit weird though. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Okay. Kick out of this me going, maybe I should go try it.
I wasn't a fan.
Have you tried like ostrich steak?
No.
It's so good.
I haven't.
So good. So it's actually one of my favourite red meats. If you go to like South Africa, for example, it's just scrumptious.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny, my partner's a vegetarian, so...
Oh god, how does that work?
It's fine. He just looks at me in disgust like, what are you doing?
How does that work?
Okay, now I'm just taking this away, so most of the viral tissue is just kind of like coming off, which is great. And then I'm going to check again by my usual technique, which we do, which I'm going to squeeze the area to see if you're feeling.
Yeah.
Most of the capillaries are coming away, however, there are still one or two that aren't just coming away as easily as I hoped.
Yeah.
But overall, this is a huge improvement. There we go. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think we're in the clear yet with the verruca, which I was hoping you would be.
Yeah. Just those stubborn one or two.
Yeah. They're just being a little stubborn. But the capillaries have reduced.
Yeah.
So now you have maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on there. 1, 2, 3 at the bottom one. Compared to the mass that you did have there.
Yeah.
So I think this is definitely an improvement.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we're going to do the freezing as normal, and then we're going to be doing the chemical that sits inside. So bear with me while I just prepare a few things for you, my love. There. Got me thinking now, I can't get rid of chicken hearts in my head. I keep thinking about it.
I know, I wonder if they still sell it though.
I'm just thinking, that's all that's going through my head. I probably do. They have loads of really cool things. what we are doing is just preparing a few dressings that go on top. So when it comes to the actual finishing of the cryotherapy and adding the salicylic acid, we are ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Bear with me. Is that okay? Right, and we're going to begin now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
How's that feeling so far?
Nice and cold.
Nice and cold. Good. I'd be concerned if you told me it was warm. And compared to when you first came in, before we started treatment, you said that you were feeling pain in the area.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
So how would you say that is now since the treatment has started?
Oh yeah, I definitely don't feel any more pain.
Yeah?
Definitely don't feel any more pain. Yeah. So it was a really uncomfortable feeling. It was actually sharp pains at points actually. Before, and then apart from of course after, once we've treated it and the treatment's working in it and you can feel it, but that's not necessarily pain, that's more just
it's doing what it needs to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just going to give you the appreciation that you deserve, that you're handling this like a pro. We are in the last 10 seconds of freezing. I'm sorry, but you're doing like your stuff. Absolute stuff. Well done. And now we are done. I'm just going to give you a little... Because you handled that so well, bless you. So don't remind me.
Complain.
You can, it's fine, be honest.
It's weird, it's like a nice, cool feeling, but then it's also like a cool stinging.
Yeah. A cool stinging sort of sensation. Sorry.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
That is the positive attitude we love in this clinic. Right. So now, I'm just going to take away a little bit more of the area. There we go. Is that okay, my lovely?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you could tilt that slightly
Sure,
that
this way?
Yeah, is that okay? There is me, love. I'm sorry if this is slightly uncomfortable.
That's alright. I'm
Can't feel anything?
not really feeling... No, I can't feel anything.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason that we're doing this slightly bigger is we had a third one that was sitting up there. So we're doing all three just in case, because we're not in the clear yet. There's always a chance there could be. So we're always making sure we're targeting all areas just to ensure we don't get like this comeback.
Yeah.
Now the chemical goes in. So this is the salicylic acid that I'm using. Now most people would think, contrary to what you would probably learn at school, if you touch acid, it's going to hurt straight away. But as you can see, the client is not feeling anything. So she won't feel it yet, but maybe in a couple of hours, that's when you start noticing that there is something on the foot. Okay, so that's the worst of it done. Now comes all the dressings. That's number one. So notice how I didn't put the cream on because the dressings would have to go around.
Yeah.
So, rookie mistake, maybe back in the days when you're a student, you'd be like, oh, you cream the foot, and then you go to put dressings on and you're like, oh crap, it doesn't stick. So any students watching, just make sure that if you have any dressing work to do it before you start applying the emollients. There we go. Lovely. Okay. The dressings are staying on for you fine, right?
Yeah, they always stay on really well actually.
Okay, good.
And they put on quite well because once I take one off, they all come off all together.
Don't go telling everyone my secret plan. That's what I aim to do. Alright, this is the last one. And then I will be putting the cream on both. And then I will let you touch your feet, I promise. And then you can let me know in the onwards.
Okay.
I'm just going to come over like so. Touch that side. And touch this side. Perfect. You know what, I might just do one more.
Yeah.
Just in case. Because then we're going to keep it on for the 7 days.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be extra safe.
Yeah.
No harm with some extra dressing. Better to be over-prepared than under-prepared.
Very true.
And perfect. Alright, so I'm going to move this tray away from you, but leave the cushioning on top. Or just like that.
I'll check it both.
Yeah, go for it. There we go. Is that okay? Now for the best part, the cream.
The magic cream.
The magic cream. So I'm just showing how much I'm using. So I'm just using that much for 2 feet, so I'll show you as well. So if we want to add more, it's easier to add than to be able to remove. And right. And just even if I'm applying it with a dressing and doing it around the area.
Yeah.
Rather than on the dressing site.
Yeah.
Because that would be silly.
Just massaging.
Like imagine just all over the dressing, like, yeah, okay. Ticklish. I need to have some fun, right?
The tickle master.
I will take that. That is quite the title to have.
So how often would you recommend that someone puts this cream on their feet?
If you have very dry skin, daily, if not twice a day.
Yeah.
If you have medium, then I'd say like, once a day is fine. Doesn't have to necessarily be every single day of your life, but if you can, great. And if you just have a little bit of hard skin, then a couple of times in a week.
Yeah.
That's fine. Right.
And I can keep putting it around the dressing.
No problem.
Yeah.
Just not in between the toes.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm going to let you touch your feet.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm not very flexible, so
that's
I
fine.
have to bring my foot back here. Oh! Wow! I don't feel any dry skin.
Soft.
This is awesome.
So you can see the skin is a lot more flexible now on all areas, and you can actually see the capillaries and the blood flow, whereas before we couldn't see that. So thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your experience.
Thank you.